Good morning. It's 74 degrees already at about 9 o'clock in the morning. Yesterday it was super hot. I think about over 110. I generally don't care how hot it is outside or need announcements of how hot it is outside. When it's over 110, it's just really hot. But right now it's about 74 degrees out here, and oh my goodness, it's breezy and beautiful and the perfect time to take a walk through the garden. Already coming up on the end of June, and so many things have been happening in the garden, so many blessings. It's just my favorite place in the world to be with family and my garden, and where things are quiet, and I want to take you along. So let's go take a look. We're going to start today in the pool yard, and then we'll end up on the patio yard. But look at these string bean teepees. Oh my goodness, I can't even get it to where you can see how beautiful they are. The sun is right in the way. And look at our pumpkins down here. Beautiful. Look at that gorgeous blossom. Isn't that beautiful? All over. Wow, there's a whole bunch starting. Blossoms everywhere. Oh look, little pumpkins. You see them? Down there. Oh, I love finding that. And here are my volunteer zinnias. Didn't plant these. The seeds just kind of fell out. The sweet potato bed is doing great. Mine took a long time to look healthy after I put them in the dirt. Wow, I don't know if they were struggling, but they were not looking so green, and I wasn't sure they were even gonna make it, but they did, and they're looking great. I guess that's one of the lessons for growing a lot of your own food, is to be patient. And here we are we call it the way back. The blackberries are just loaded with blackberries. I'm a real fan of just all the green, all the different shades of green that are in our yard. The grandkids will be over tomorrow, and any black berries that are out here probably be gone because they like eating them. Here are beautiful peaches. This tree got pruned last year, and I didn't think there was much growing on it, but the peaches just got really big. And this peach tree is loaded, but with lots of smaller but beautifully delicious peaches. Here are the scarlet runner beans doing their thing. Look at that. I just love the little kind of red-orange flowers. I've always wanted to grow beans. I've never grown beans before. And we have cantaloupe here, trailing out all over the place. And the strawberries, of course. Both of our dogs have found out that strawberries have a nice, pleasant taste, so they're not allowed back here anymore, unless they're supervised. Here are the cherry tomatoes I planted, especially for the grandkids. This first little section. But you guys, look at the San Marzano tomatoes. I'm not very often speechless, but when I look at these, I just feel so much gratitude and wonder, and just beautiful. They are just beautiful. And all of them are loaded with beautiful green tomatoes that'll be ripening next month, probably. But this is where I'm hoping to, I want to see how many I can and how many I would have to grow to meet all of our tomato needs for a season. So this is a little experiment in the making. But I have really enjoyed growing these. They are just doing so well. And the soil must be really good because all I've added is rabbit manure when I planted them. That's all I've added. So, and here's some half runner beans. Look at all the green. And look how loaded they are with, I don't know if you can see all the little baby beans in there. Shelby's chasing the cat. Whatever. But anyway, just lush green, beautiful. Just love looking out here. There's a bird, and there he is. He's sitting way up there in the tree. Every morning when I'm out here, he sings. He just sits there and sings and sings. Let's walk over to the, I don't know what we call this, the other garden. Oh, look. Oh, the little birds are in the sunflowers. Oh, look at that. What a magnificent plant, those sunflowers. As you can see, I started them in a little tire, but what you can't see, oh, the cat is gonna look at those birds. Psst, psst, psst. Kitty, kitty, kitty. No, I gotta intervene here. No, 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 no. No, 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 Miss Kitty. No, no, no. Oh my goodness. But anyway, the sunflowers are in this little tire, but the circle underneath the tire has been dug through the woven cloth, so you've got all these gigantic sunflowers, which I think are just beautiful, more like fall colors. It's a mix of like burgundies and yellows. Just gorgeous. Lots more blossoms on that too. My pickling cucumbers have finally started thriving. That was a really slow start. And look at all the melons. I'm really happy how the grow bags have done with melons inside. They've done really well. Got a spaghetti squash. Oh my goodness. Some more sunflowers. I've been told that Cosmos goes crazy and grows really tall, but this is where mine has ended up. Another shade of green that's just so beautiful. Beautiful little flowers. When I look at this garden, I'm reminded that this is, you know, part of the therapy that I've used for keeping a good grip on things with my son's passing and everything. And it does reflect a lot of time spent talking to God and listening to God. And I'm so happy that I've had it. I needed it. Look at all the blossoms getting ready to produce fruit. Lemon cucumbers. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Here's our Asian pear tree. It's doing really well. This is our first year, and it's doing very well. Wow. Hadn't noticed that. And these are potato plants. Melons, melons, melons. We are a watermelon family. We love our melons. Anyway, I encourage all of you, if you find yourself feeling, I don't know, thinking about your purpose and maybe some things in your life you'd like to change, you just really need to get up and be active and do what you can, because I think even just physically staying active is just so important. Getting rest, being active, growing things is a huge help when you're going through times that are trying, and just the hope of planting a little seed and waiting for it to grow. I just see God in all that. I see His hand in all that. And every gardener has faith, whether they want to say they do or not. They do, because so many of the things that we start, we're just hoping and having faith that they're going to grow. So, okay, I'm coming into the patio garden. A lot's changed here. Let's take a look at this. Here's one of my 4x4 beds with these beautiful blossoms. Some Swiss chard still in the garden. And I always let some creeper morning glories come up because I just love morning glories. They are just so beautiful. There's some peppers, our citrus trees, sunflowers, beautiful eggplant, morning glories. Mostly what I have out here is tomatoes, because we just love tomatoes. But all of our tomatoes are just loaded. Loaded. Look at this. This is an eggplant. I've never had an eggplant this tall. And I always like to put zinnias in. I think our beets are about ready to harvest. We had a few, and oh, they're so delicious. I just steamed them in the Instant Pot. Wow, super good. But look at these crazy tomatoes. Look at this. They are just loaded, and better than that, look at all the blossoms that are coming out. I gave them a real good pruning, and then I thought, well, maybe I pruned them too much, but there's a lot of flowers on these, so I think I'm okay. They're all just kind of blushing orange. You can see the color of some of those just starting. Nothing better than putting the food that you've grown on your table. It's just one of the best feelings. I just love it. The perilla plant that I started for my daughter is doing really well. Didn't really know that it would get quite this big, but I kind of like crowded gardening. Oh my goodness, look at this. These are Marketmore cucumbers. I just started a batch of refrigerator pickles. Gonna try those out. The brine tasted really good, so I'm really thinking that we're gonna like that. But I need to come out and cut this one down. Cucumbers everywhere. I've staked these poor little tomatoes so many times. And here are my beloved hollyhocks. I think these are my favorite flower. Just so beautiful. I need to, now these pods are turning brown, so I think that's what I'm waiting for, to be collecting the pods for seeds. I need to read up on that and see, because I'm not exactly sure. But look at this crazy spinach. I've got it covered with just screen, and this has been the best year we've ever had with spinach, and especially with this heat we've been having. Crazy. It's a cool weather. It's a cool weather thing, and it shouldn't be doing this well, but it is just thriving. The leaves are so thick and full of moisture. They're so good. I just planted a few more peppers in this bed. Just more beautiful squash and tomatoes. I've got some scarlet runner beans coming up over my arch here. And this is birdhouse gourd. It makes these little tiny, well, now they're tiny, but little gourds that are shaped like a little birdhouse. I'm hoping to have something fun to do with the kids later. And here's some wax beans. Look at this. Oh my gosh, is that the cutest thing ever? A little lettuce. I should probably bring one of those in today. And here's the wall of tomatoes. Look at this. They have just done so beautifully. And overall, I would say the best producing for our household use, not the ones we're going to can, make tomato sauce with. But the slicing tomatoes are the early girl. They have done beautifully. Just loaded with fruit. I mean, I'm not sure if you can see what a overachiever these things are. The foliage isn't huge, but isn't really dense, but the tomatoes are astounding. Look at this. Just such a good, these purple Cherokees are just now starting to get some color. Hi, Shelby. Hi, Shelby, the farm dog. Shelby, hi, honey. Okay, you guys, I'd like to thank you for stopping by Living Joyfully Homestead. I love sharing my garden with you. I hope it brought you some joy today. It always brings me joy to be in my garden. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like this video, please press like, and if you'd like to subscribe, would like that too. My prayer is that you find joy today. Bye-bye.